You might want to change your voice to voice mod unless you already have.
What? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, then what do you
Using voice
mean?
mod?
Yeah, of course I'm using voice mod. Why?
Okay, we'll play the intro.
What intro?
Oh, you hopped up this whole new intro.
Welcome everybody to the Average Bro Podcast.
Yes. We already had the tree episode though, Troy.
If it ain't fixed, don't break it.
What do you think you're doing, Kyle?
Do a poo. Get out of bed.
Don't worry, mate. In the sea there are fish. Yeah, I know that, man.
Well, I guess you could say, technically. Is that it?
Couldn't be any better.
That's it. That was it.
Perfect.
Oh, where was that on the 100th episode? Oh no, that's brilliant. Well done, Troy.
I
You've
wish
really
I'd
done
done
it.
that sooner.
Oh.
But I spent all of I think it was Tuesday night. I was up until I spent 2 hours on it.
Jeez, a good 2 hours worked.
Yeah, because I had to go. Because I had to go through and find stuff like this.
Well, I guess you could say technically.
And this is my what I got really inspired because I was listening to our last episode and I realized a couple of things. One, I said African Americans
Yes.
when I meant just
Australian
people,
Africans.
African Australians, or just just a black person
Yes.
in general. And the other thing I noticed is when I was talking about my morning routine, Kyle went.
Do a poo.
Sorry. Kyle said this, and I edited out a little bit, but this is just to get rid of where you spoke over him, Jackson. But basically,
Yes.
Kyle said this.
I'll do a poo. Get out of bed.
Oh, because I've got one less show that I listen to on my podcast. I actually I've been listening back to our recent episode a lot, and so there's a lot of things that stick to my brain that are from that episode, like do a poo. Yep.
Well, I was just listening, and I mentioned how first thing I do is get up in the morning and all that, and Kyle goes, "Yeah, well, in the morning when I get up, the first thing is I do a poo." get out of bed. And I was like, hold on a second. I know what he meant to say.
It just went so well because you went through your full description, really detailing everything you do, every single thing. And then Carl's like, "Yeah, when I get up, I do a shit." And that's...
No, but that was the funny
And
thing.
then I get out of bed.
He said it in the wrong order.
Oh yes. If you also do that, let us know in the comment section below.
Yeah, because I'm listening to the episode and I hear, yeah, well, I wake up, do a poo, get out of bed. And this vivid image, not of Kyle specifically, but just of a person sitting in bed, waking up and then going, "Well, I gotta get up now."
Oh goodness me! All right, welcome back to an Average Blokes podcast where we try to prove we're above average. And with me today is Kyle and Troy. Kyle, what have you been up to lately?
Well, not a lot, considering it has rained virtually non-stop here for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lovely, soothing 10 degrees.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It was 9 here today, so
Getting,
I can't get
getting
much
your
better.
Melbourne weather.
Well, we get your seconds essentially, so
True.
yeah. So
I'll just blame
outside
Western
the weather,
Australia.
yeah,
That's right.
So anything outside the weather, nothing too exciting.
No, it's been a pretty
Lovely.
uneventful week, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Troy, what have you been up to? Anything highlights?
I have been sick. Hello.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were sick. Well,
Mhm, I was-
sick.
Well, currently sick, yes. Sick today, and
under
I've
the
taken
weather.
tomorrow off, and I'm hopped up on painkillers. It's great. Just to do
Nice.
this podcast. So if I don't
Oh,
say
That's
that
where the
much-
habit starts.
Yes.
Yeah, I've taken all the I've taken Ritalin and this and that. No.
Ketamine.
Starts
Took a
with
bit of
Panadol. Next thing you know, you've got a spoon and a needle. And
Took Panadol, ibuprofen, ketamine, bit of coke, bit of weed.
well, you got a 1930s doctor? Oh, you got a cough, son? Have some heroin.
Thanks, Doc. I feel so much better now.
Rightio.
Benadine.
Oh,
But
goodness
yes,
me.
I mean, Courtney's feeling unwell too, so I've been looking after her and
Oh.
Axel.
Fair enough. Troy, you know what? Usually you'd say to me, like, if it was roles reversed, if I was sick, you'd say, "Oh, man up, you go to work, you'll be fine."
Yeah, well,
I,
not this
I'm,
time.
I'd do this. I'd actually say the same thing to you right now because I've been a little tiny bit under weather, but
Yeah.
I'm going to work.
Yeah, but all you do is walk around all day.
Well, that's true, and get free coffees, so I can't complain.
Oh man!
Meanwhile,
you got
in the unemployed universe.
You got yourself. You mean no? Meanwhile, in the unemployed universe.
TAFE.
Oh, well, now that you've got your forklift license again, Kyle, you should be able to get a job at any factory.
That is true.
Have you seen any factories there are in Port Lincoln, though, Troy?
It's
There's
a port,
about-
isn't it? Or is it just called Port
Yeah.
Lincoln?
Okay, well,
I've
we're,
always
we're a
wondered about
we're a grain port, and I guess an oil. We have like an oil depot, fuel depot.
Ah, yes.
But apart from that, we don't really get any like shipping here, like in terms of containers or anything. It's not like Freo or what's the one at Melbourne called?
Port Melbourne, probably.
Port Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah. I remember going there at some point.
Singapore.
Yes. Sure.
Hold on,
Sure,
hold on.
sure.
I have.
Well, I guess you could say, technically. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh,
I have tendencies to do that voice for no reason.
I got this one too.
Always come.
What do you think you're doing, Kyle? Oh, goodness
I
me.
got a few of these.
The soundboard has returned in its full, which is great.
I went
so
through
anything
all our
else?
shorts.
Any other amazing highlights, Troy, besides being sick?
Not really.
That's fine.
Like, oh yeah, well, sorry, no, we had Axel's birthday party.
Ah, yes.
That's
Oh, the
probably how we.
Ranger.
That's
Yeah,
probably how we.
21st.
That's probably how we got sick, actually, because a few. Well, you guys were sick, weren't you? You were sick and you came.
Just
You've
me.
made me sick, Jackson.
Well, and I quote, Jackson, can you please come over? Please come over.
I didn't say your wife wanted you to come over.
I got told something else, but that's fine.
Why did that?
Look, I tried to be antisocial
She
as
came up.
possible. While the party was in the other room, I was in the front room, just, you know.
She
And
came
then
up
Troy
to
came in,
me.
he's like, Jackson, stop watching soccer. I'm not watching soccer. Jackson, stop watching AFL. I'm not watching AFL. Jackson, stop
Jackson, get
watching
off
YouTube.
TikTok.
I'm not on YouTube.
Get off
Jackson,
your
get
Instagram.
I'm not on Instagram.
Then what are you doing?
Playing Pokemon.
WWE.
No, that was
Actually, I said that one too. After Instagram, I said stop watching WWE, and he's like, I'm not doing that.
Yes, I was playing Pokemon Go every day. So yeah. But yes, thank you.
I could say,
the cake, technically, the cake was actually really nice. So I'm glad I came.
It was great, yes.
It was great cake. Yeah.
But yeah, we had Axel's birthday. That was great, and everyone, the whole family came. My mum came, and all that. I think the highlight of the week was talking to Judy the next day about talking to other people, and she goes, "Oh, I wasn't that bad at the party, Troy, was I?" And I go, "Well, you were fine, Judy, but you probably shouldn't be drinking a whole bottle of wine at a 1-year-old's birthday party." And you know what she said to me, Carl? She said, "Oh, I didn't start drinking it at the birthday party. I started before, started on the way."
Oh my.
Oh,
So yeah, my mum had pre-drinks to my son's birthday.
Till first birthday. Oh.
a little bit of casual drink driving.
She didn't drive, so she could drink as much as she wanted.
Oh, wonderful.
Hello. And for some reason, Axel's coming to bother me now constantly. What is it, bud?
Put
Is it
it
because
down,
I'm
Troy.
talking to people?
Oh, he wants a beer.
Get him on the wine, actually.
He needs a
He looks
nightcap.
like his grandmother.
Black and white, Jay.
Yeah. We fed.
me.
If you were born in France, that's what you were brought up on. Breast wine. My highlights are basically I did some stupid cooking videos for YouTube. Just it consisted of putting leftovers into a Thermomix and blending
Sorry.
it up.
Hold on. Did you say videos with
Yes, I filmed 2 more.
As
I
in
haven't-
plural?
Yes, I filmed 2
So
more and
there's
I haven't uploaded.
3 videos.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, people are like, oh, because I did a clickbait title saying Gordon Ramsay hates me for this one cooking trick, and then people were like, I see Gordon Ramsay in the title, I click. I'm like, okay, sure. But yeah, and because I hear a lot of shit about people like talking about AI and how bad it is and whatnot. But I've been using it to get ideas, not actually just blatantly cut copy paste what they use. But you know, it gives me good ideas of what style I should go for. But anyway,
So I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I'll let you find out when you listen to the episode, Troy.
That's a good idea. You getting ideas from Gordon Ramsay, were you?
Sure. Yes. No. But yeah.
So you made two. So one of these two new, because I saw one of your videos. When are the other two coming out?
So when I decided to edit them, one of them was a bit of a flop because it was a bit of a failure in the ways of what I did. So I used puff pastry to make like a curry puff type situation.
Yes, pretty simple stuff.
However, when I went to tip out the mixture with the paste, it kind of slopped out. It didn't really plop out. It just
A bit too.
So a bit too
moist.
sloppy.
bit sloppy, bit moist. People really like to say the word moist, so I'm gonna keep saying it until people get
Do a
uncomfortable.
poo. Do a
A
poo.
moist one too.
Hold on, I'll put that on loop.
Do a poo. Do a poo. Do a poo. Do a poo.
Carl, you let me know if you want me to get rid of these.
So we want people to listen to the show, not click off.
I was editing it, and as I was editing it, listening to Carl constantly say, "Wake up, do a poo, get out of bed," I was pissing myself laughing, and I was struggling to.
You could just.
We have so many bangers that I didn't know about, and like I looked at the shorts for most of them, and I had to search through the fish one, the fish
yes.
episode, and that's where I got the if it ain't fixed, don't break it. I found that as well.
Yes.
This almost got added to it. Listen to this. Would you like nuclear cover for when you, your family, your next of kin, your cousins, everyone you know, everyone that is dead, for when they're all dead, don't worry, your money will go back to us.
That was yes. I was gonna ask you. Do you remember that when we did the phrases thing, like I didn't see the fish? Do you remember what started that whole thing?
Okay. No, but I brought it up, or you brought it up about things. We were looking at different phrases or something. Or
So
AI.
what started off was, and Kyle, this is very silly. Basically, this whole conversation, this joke that we've got going, it started off
One
with
of our
a.
first episodes.
It started off with a news thing saying someone got a Japanese sticker on their car, and the translation of the sticker says something in Japanese. Because the guy went to the car sticker place and like, oh, can you get a sticker that says something in Japanese? And the guy took him for real. And was like, okay, we'll just print out that. And so yeah, we played around with that. And
Don't know what just happened there. My internet dropped out for a microsecond.
but yeah,
That's okay. I think Axel just said data to me, so.
there's your highlight. Can you tell your son to go in another room? That'd be greatly appreciated.
Courtney said he came from our wardrobe into here. So he went from our
wardrobe?
our
What, you
bedroom
trying to lock
wardrobe.
him in the wardrobe?
No, she was probably in there putting clothes away, and he's wandered all the way over here to see me. He keeps coming up to my leg. What?
No.
There goes
There goes Kyle.
the F3 Jepstein.
F3 Jepstein. Rest in
F3
peace,
Jepstein.
F3 Jepstein.
I was going to ask, who are you supposed to be a job smell off?
We should probably say, because when we record these on live or whatever, we can put names in our little display thingies. And so today, I'm Job Smell Off.
Who's job smell off?
I don't know. Because initially I was like, because the last one I was Bob Geldof. I'm like, what rhymes with Bob Geldof? That sounds stupid. And I wrote Job Smell Off.
Because I had something Geralt off, I was going to go with Geralt of Rivia,
Ah, yes. Okay.
the video game
Understood.
character. And then I was like, no, what was the last video game character I played? Oh, Link. I'll put
Yes.
Link, and then I'll say to Jackson to put the last video game character he played. But then I saw that Carl had F3 Jepstein, and I was like, I know the perfect one for this.
Yeah,
Ronald
makes
Thump.
sense. Yeah.
Did I just disappear for a moment for you guys?
Yeah, you're all good, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what happened then.
It's
Did
okay.
we disappear for you, or were we just ignoring you?
No, my my
The latter.
I don't know. I think the momentary brain fart of my internet.
Troy, he went and did a poo.
No, he rocked up and went,
This isn't my
I went to-
world.
I went to bed and took a dump.
Ah, yes. As you do.
Do a poo. Get out of bed.
Oh, Troy, I don't know if you remember from last episode, but you have to ask me something about a certain movie.
what? Oh yeah, I was actually going to add that one of those soundboards for that. Do you know about Pacific Rim?
No, I don't.
I'll show you. I'll show you Pacific Rim. Is that what you meant? You wanted me to ask you about?
Yeah,
that?
I want you to say it because that's you said you're going to throw that in.
You need to
now.
move on from this.
Yeah, I know. But anyway.
Okay. You know what kaiju is now, don't you?
Yeah, it's a big monster, dude. All right, I sort of quickly go some quick news bites. I discovered in the UK there's a thing called Britball, which is basically an American football league in England, and it has 60 teams, which is a bit excessive.
That's quite a bit, yeah. American football.
That's double the size of the actual NFL. There's like 30 or 32 teams in the NFL, and England's like, nah, we'll have 60. Which is a bit, insane, but yeah.
Nothing wrong with if they can afford it or if they can fill the numbers.
Yeah. Little news article came up was there was a man in Albany surfing with a goon bag, which is exactly how it sounds. Empty goon bag sack. He'd blown it up to put air in there, and he's basically just like bodyboarding with a goon bag out at the front of him. It was pretty peak Australian, if you ask me.
I was going to say it was a great day for Australians everywhere.
Yeah, everyone celebrated. You don't have to buy like $100 surfboards or bodyboards, whatever. You just use a goon sack. And in other news, National Hockey League team, the Nashville Predators, launched a new fan base campaign with a questionable shirt which read "Preds in the community," which is not great considering what's going on.
No.
So, I mean, the Predators, their logo is actual like a big saber-toothed tiger type thing. And so that's the Predator. But
okay, yes.
when you say
I
Preds,
see where they were trying to go with it.
They could have had Jeffrey Epstein on there.
Yeah, or Jeffrey Epstein, but yes.
Speaking of all that, I've been watching because I listen to basically when I get home from work. Most of the time, I watch American news or Philip DeFranco show, which is mostly American news, and they're constantly talking about what's going on in America and with Trump and all that, and the floods in Texas and whatnot. And what they brought up is the fact that like they keep talking about the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing and how like he had a list of clients, but now there's no list of clients. And they were talking for ages about we're going to reveal all the people who were diddlers. And then it's like it turns out Donald Trump's was good friends with Jeffrey Epstein. There are no diddlers. There's no list. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, which is nuts considering one of his election promises was, "I'll reveal the Epstein client list."
And all the alien stuff and all the other the Kennedy is it Kennedy? Yeah, assassination. And they're like, oh, it's exactly what we stated. There's no difference. Like there's no new information. All I want is for them to turn around and say, yes, it's true. The FBI had a man who accidentally panicked and shot him in the head. That's all I want to hear. Yes, the FBI did accidentally bungle everything and do it.
Because
I think he might have shot himself.
That's the conspiracy theory. Who shot himself? Okay,
JFK. Definitely shot
definitely shot himself.
He's like, there's no way that guy in that building's gonna get me from there.
No.
This is how it's done, see?
Jackson, the conspiracy theory is basically the guy was up there and shooting at him, but he missed. And the Secret Service, in a panic, right? The guy who was holding the machine gun or holding the rifle accidentally shot him in the head. Yeah,
that's right. I've heard that many a times. There was
because they were all drinking the night before.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's this one's a bit different. It's just weird because it's still messed up and like this 1 minute of footage missing from the CCTV or whatever. And
the Epstein thing. Yes.
Oh no, we have every night. There's always a missing minute of footage. I'm like, okay, good run, ship that one. Yep.
Is that true? That's the question.
I don't know.
Also, that doesn't make sense. Why would they have a minute unless it's exactly midnight? Like there's a little 1 minute for it to reset.
Yeah, it's like 11:58. I think it ticked over to 12 a.m. I'm pretty sure.
And they recently interviewed his ex-cellmate as well, who's like, these cells are designed to be like nigh impossible for you to actually kill yourself in. Like,
yeah, interesting.
So, bit
maybe
sus.
Yeah, see.
But what can someone do in a minute? Like, I
A
guess,
lot?
like, well, yeah, but how did he die is the question. He killed himself, but
I
how?
thought was a strangulation as part of the
Well,
theory.
the record says that he hung himself with his bed sheets, but if you look at the cell and the way it's described, there's nothing to really hang off of. And the autopsy report said that the marks around his neck were concurrent with strangulation.
Okay, but it takes more than a minute to strangle someone.
No, it depends how hard you're pulling.
It takes more than a minute to strangle someone.
He would know.
Yeah, True
I
would
would
know.
know.
It seems.
All the dead people in the background.
He's got his stopwatch ready to go.
Jackson, trust me, I've made this mistake before.
Oh, not long enough.
Not long enough. No, they got back up. I didn't realize. So that was a fun night.
That doesn't
Plans
sound suspicious at all, but sure.
Plans never go. Things never go to plan. Do your research on a library computer
That'd be your message to your past self. Do
with
your
a
research.
VPN.
Oh, goodness me.
No, I've listened to the last podcast on the left, and every time they bring up like that sort of thing, like for example, you know how in the movies they use chloroform to like knock someone out. Yeah, it's not instantaneous. It's not that quick in real life. It takes a bit longer, and the person has to actively breathe it in.
Puff it.
So if someone puts something over your face and you don't breathe, like if you hold your breath, you're not going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
And most of the time in the movies, the person gets the thing put over their face, and they're not breathing in; they're screaming out. They're going, "Ah!"
Unless you're getting garroted, which is like when they cut the circulation off to the blood flow to your head. But even that takes a bit of time.
Yeah, but it's also got the blood's actually as you said, a bit of time for the blood to actually stop going to your head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You definitely
Who
can
knows?
pass. I reckon you could maybe pass out within a minute, I guess.
I think one thing's for sure is that we're
but
never
if-
finding out what actually happened. It's just
No, we're never finding out. Well, nobody's finding out.
there's
Either everybody's finding out or nobody's finding out, basically.
yeah. I feel like there's like maybe one or two people who've been paid a tons load of money just to keep it all secret, but
Which is
it's all a
even
bit-
more ironic because, like, if there is no client list, they're insinuating there were no victims. Then why is his missus in prison for 20 years?
Is that Geraldine? No, not, is it Geraldine?
Jelaine Maxwell.
Jelaine, yes.
What I'm very confused, right? So what were they actually arrested for specifically? Because I know about the
Content
island.
warning coming up.
I know about the island. I know about like there was a lot of
CP.
let's just call it
CP.
sexual misconduct.
And CP
with
essentially.
with minors, essentially.
Yeah, that's
Trafficking
why I
minors
said that's why I said sexual misconduct. I'm being PC about about the CP.
Yes, understood.
So I understand there was a lot of sexual misconduct, but was there footage that they found, and wouldn't they have found?
Apparently,
people...
there was in each room there was a camera,
Yeah.
and so the camera was filming the people in the beds.
Okay, so who revealed this footage and showed all this, and like see what I mean?
Someone in
Like,
the FBI, I'm assuming.
Well,
And
when
the
his
question is-
Miami mansion got raided, they took all of this video recording hardware and hard drives and whatnot. But since that happened, they haven't let anyone see the footage. But then there was that. Her last name was Guthrie. She was one of the victims who came forward, and she was one of the ones who was trafficked there. And she's actually in photos with Epstein and Prince Andrew and
Yes.
stuff like that. And she was the main one to give testimony, but she also died earlier this year.
Oh,
she
okay.
Was living in
Heart
Australia.
attack.
Well, she also got hit by a bus, which was
gosh.
very weird because it was sometime last year she put out a tweet saying, "I'm not suicidal. I don't plan on killing myself," and then she gets in a bus crash and then ends up dying, like in hospital a week later.
I guess
It's
you
really
could say
sus.
she got thrown under the bus. For those wondering, I hit myself silly.
I don't have it here. I wish I had it, but I
Suck
don't.
Bonehead. I'll do it for you.
No. I'm pretty sure I had it. Where is it?
A drum
So
roll.
you
drum kit.
gotta line me up for these things. No, yeah.
Oh, Sure. I'd rather not have that associated, but sure.
Yeah, what, like, you know, the what's it called?
The Miami Vice.
No, not Miami
CSI
Vice.
Miami?
CSI Miami, where
Sorry.
he's like, looks like, and he takes off
Takes
the
off the
glasses,
sunnies.
and they do the yeah. I thought I had that, but anyway.
Nope.
Okay, so did the bus driver get arrested?
Well, I don't know. They chalked it up as an accident, but it's kind of, you know, it's always going to seem that little bit sus when the key witness just dies randomly. You know.
Yeah, a bit
But yeah.
sussy-wussy.
She was living here in Australia.
That's
I don't
weird.
know where though. I think it might have been Perth or something. But yeah.
I think, Troy, what we can do is segue perfectly to what you want to talk about. Because it is
Right.
somewhat related to
Subway.
Jeffrey Epstein.
What has Subway got to do with that?
Who
Is that what you're
used
talking
to
about?
own Subway, Troy?
I don't know who.
I mean, I forget his name too, but he's also a convicted person.
Hey, well, he
The
didn't own
guy
it. He
you're
was their
talking about didn't
spokesman.
own it.
he was
their
a spokesperson. Is that what he was? I thought he was
Yeah,
like
And
a...
he's part of the
Jared.
reason why Jared. Yeah, he's part of the reason why they've started losing, like, basically customers. They've started losing customers partly because of him,
Yeah, okay.
because of that revelation that he was a pedophile.
Gotcha.
Is because he was there. He was the face of Subway, and then suddenly the face of Subway becomes, yeah,
Diddler.
yeah, a diddler.
It's interesting too because he he actually featured up on an episode of WWE. So yeah,
He was also in an episode of, was it Community?
He was
But, yeah,
also in a
it's kind of-
Simpsons episode.
He was a very popular
No.
man.
He got around, huh? He got around.
Yeah. But then there was the whole fact that apparently Subway's bread is like, in places like Ireland, it's not considered bread legally. Like their courts actually had court cases to determine, yeah, there's too much sugar in this. It's not classified as bread. Which makes me kind of wonder if the Subway in Australia is similar because
No, I don't think it
We're-
would be because we have stricter.
We've got a
food
bit more
rules.
stringent food laws here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering
Because it was-
because Subway in Australia is really good. Like probably some of the best sandwiches I've ever had. And it's weird because I'm sitting there going, how is this tasting so good? It's meant to be the healthier choice. Explain that to me.
Same with the KFC bread rolls. I mean, in every country apart from the US, then, you know, pretty much classified as cake
Yeah.
because of the amount of sugar in them.
I remember the first time when I was living with my mum back in Adelaide, she went to Costco and brought back these bread buns. And like you chuck in the microwave and eat them straight. And I'm like, why are they so sweet? And you look on the ingredients, it's like 20% sugar. I'm like, that seems to be an awful lot of sugar just for bread.
That's not bread. That's
But
cake.
that ain't not bread, that's pastry.
Unless you're French people and you like making brioche buns.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, are croissants sugary? Because they're
No,
butter-
that's savory. More savory.
butter-
Well,
Buttery
it depends. You can make dessert croissants.
Yes, but when
Bless
you mix the dessert croissants, you add
do
you
French.
add this sweet to the croissant. Mon ami.
Je m'appelle.
ami?
No, what was it?
Je m'appelle
Je m'appelle.
Je
Jackson.
m'appelle.
Je m'appelle Jackson. Yes.
Doesn't listen
That
to
would
YouTube
be-
being all French, you know. I'm like, je suis tombé. That's all I
Oui.
know. For those
Je
who don't
suis
know,
un putain.
Bonbon-
Actually,
bonbon
I
gelé.
won't translate that.
Jackson, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Est-ce que c'est français? No, I don't know.
I'll slow it down here. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Oh, that's the song, but I don't know what the song's called.
Would you like to sleep with me tonight?
Yes, Troy. I would like to sleep with you tonight.
That ties
Oui,
nicely
oui.
in with Je suis un putain.
I don't
am
know
a
that one.
prostitute.
Is this the French one?
Ah, the French.
Ah, the French.
Yeah, all I know is Je suis tombé because I was playing Splatoon with friends and we keep like there was an instance where I fell off the map, and I'm like, what does this sound like in another language? And French really appealed to me. Je suis tombé. I fell off.
Yeah, I was doing French for a little while, but it became, as you get into it, it gets so long-winded and convoluted, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I started to hate it. It's like, just speak things shorter.
I mean, they do with the counting. It's just sounds.
It just keeps going.
Sorry, I don't know. Yes, no, but anyway. So yeah,
What's the-
Subway. So Troy, expand more on the Subway business. Why you think it's
I
shutting
mean,
down?
I've just been hearing that a lot of the US stores have been having trouble because better alternatives keep popping up, right? And unlike other fast food places, they don't have regulations on franchisees, so you can have a Subway open up down the road from another Subway, but they're two different owners,
Yeah.
so they're actually competing with each other for customers.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other things. And again, it's meant to be the healthy alternative, but in America at least. But because of all the controversy that's been going on with their food lately, especially at one point whether their chicken was actually chicken or something.
What?
Yeah.
Disgrace.
So a lot of people have sort of been not wanting Subway anymore. And so
Yeah,
they've closed about 20% of their stores, I think, since 2022 or something, or since COVID, or I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I think it was like 20%, but I can't remember. I watched the whole YouTube video on it where someone did more research than I could be bothered doing.
I wonder if there's going to be like a turning of the tide eventually with some businesses and corporations and even restaurants. Because
Well, they've been talking about the fact that, like for example, here in Australia, we've got the cost of living. You know, I don't want to say the S word, but cost of living.
okay, sure.
Wait, sorry, the C word is what.
Yeah, I was going to say what this.
I don't want to say the C word.
Absolute cost.
I don't know why I had S for some reason. Maybe it was costs. But yeah, I don't want to say the C word, but the cost of living
Yeah.
is because people are talking about that. They're saying that less people are getting fast food and stuff like that. So fast food businesses are struggling more. And there's also the fact that fast food used to be cheap and quick, and now it's quick and expensive.
And the
Although-
quality's kind of suffer too.
If you
Oh,
want
look
to,
at
a minor highlight of my week was yesterday I went and bought 80 McNuggets.
80 or 8?
80.
80.
Oh, okay.
Was there a special?
So I really had a hankering for nuggets, and
Right.
so did my housemate. So I was looking on the KFC app, and it's $9.95 for 10 KFC nuggets, or $22 something for 40 McNuggets at the moment.
Vous me
That's
indécoué,
ridiculous.
which is, can you show me?
Yeah, in its intestines. Did you eat them all?
J'ai faim.
Well, I ate
I'm
40
hungry.
of them.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you actually divvied them up perfectly. Okay.
Of course I did. That's fair is fair, Jackson.
And then I may have also had a triple cheeseburger with that because why not?
Oh, well, that sounds more
Oh
normal.
my goodness, what is wrong with you? You should
Have
have
you
just
not
gotten two
seen this
beef
guy, Troy?
burgers.
This guy is built like a big, strong guy.
A shit brick house. What?
Well, no, that's me. I'm a shit brick house, thank you.
I'm your poo. Get out of here.
I love it.
Mid mouthful of water with that one.
Oh, goodness me. Yes. No. Oh, well. But anyway, yeah, it was a cheat day, probably. People have cheat days, don't
It was that cold outside yesterday. I didn't bother going into the shed to work out because I did not want to be outside.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you have a heater in there or something that,
Not in the shed, no.
Okay,
It's
fair
semi-insulated, but
Yep.
yeah, nah. I was outside for a few minutes and was like, I don't like it.
Is that your
Yeah, that's
highlight
fine.
of the week, getting 80 McNuggets?
Oh, you bet.
Mate, you're living life in the fast lane at that point.
Life in the fast lane.
Gotta eat all the 80 McNuggets. Yeah. I had Red Rooster today for the first time in a long time. And I
I
got
do
the
like me
Ripper
some Red
box.
Rooster.
The Ripper box, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm like, wow, this is just KFC, but almost just as good.
Yeah, except it's real chicken. This is like KFC. That's it.
The end. Yeah. But, yeah.
I
I usually
don't
don't
know,
grab box milk, but.
I like Red Rooster still tastes better chicken wise. Even their burgers or their fried chicken still tastes more like chicken than KFC chicken, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of KFC chicken, we've got to throw out basically half a bucket.
Oh, you still from leftovers from the
Axel's
party?
birthday.
Wow.
Just the KFC.
There was 3 boxes, wasn't there?
Three buckets.
buckets, yeah.
Because a mate of mine brought one and my brother brought 2.
Oh.
Which I honestly really regretting that conversation when I called him up the other day and said, "Are you coming to Axel's birthday?" Because he goes, "Yeah, what are we bringing?" I go, "Oh, just bring whatever. Bring some chicken wings or something." Some guy at a different event brought a KFC bucket. So he rocks up with 2 KFC buckets. And I'm like, geez, I would have told you to get, like a cheesecake or something if I'd known that was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, good on them for doing it at least, because I'm sure there wasn't a lack of food regardless.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I feel a little bit bad, though. They got here a bit later, so they didn't get any of the other food. Or as much of the other food.
Well, it's not your fault.
No, it's not.
Right, okay, so, because I was going to say, is there anything that's on top of the fast food stuff you guys want to talk about? Because, like,
Well,
I still don't buy the Guzman Gomez hype. I still see people going there quite a lot.
Don't enjoy GYG.
Yeah, no.
Jackson, I have a question for you. It's Pokemon related. Yes. So, is Pokemon Sword and Shield any good compared to Scarlet and Violet?
Sword Shield is more of the old formula where there's a route and less.
Because
areas.
I looked it up and it said it wasn't open world. I'm like, I don't really want to play.
But there is open world, but only in certain areas.
Yeah, I noticed. So you have to like go through certain places to get ahead in the story.
But then once you've done majority of the story, you can go anywhere.
Because I was looking at, long story short, my niece and nephew were playing like Pokemon Scarlet Violet when they were here.
Yes.
For a little bit, so it was open on my Switch. So I had a quick look and played a little bit, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to play this game again. When's the next Pokemon coming out? Or is there any ones that are similar?
There's one coming out this year, end of this year.
X and Z or something.
A to Z. What was ZA? Sorry, ZA.
And apparently that one's going to be open world. So I'm like,
it's going to be that. Based in the whole city of Limino City, which is Gen 6. Paris, basically, Kalos region.
I was going to say, didn't they already do that?
Yeah, they did that, but the problem is... Okay, quick tangent on Pokemon quickly. Gen 6 was a bit rushed, and there was a lot of cut content, which would have made the game, like, top tier, almost.
Yeah,
but because there was a lack of content, and, like, they just... Like, usually there's, like... In the older games, there's usually a story and there's a backstory to mythicals or legendaries. In Gen 6, they got to a point where they had not enough time and they just gave you the mystery Pokemon like, oh, okay, we've got a Zygarde now. Don't know why, but I've got a Zygarde now. Or Volcanion or...
the legendaries.
Yeah.
Wait, the Mystic or the legendary Pokemon?
A bit of both, really, actually. I think that... Because Volcanion, I don't know what Volcanion's really considered, but... Yeah, like there's so much Pokemon we know now, but they just didn't tell the story back then.
So I watched a video. There's like a short, and it was someone basically. It was a theoretical if they made a Pokemon game based in Australia, like the region was meant to be Australia, and the starters were really like they were. I think I sent it to you.
Was it a platypus, a koala, and a kangaroo?
I don't know. I think it was a platypus thing for the water type. Yes, but
which
there was
dumb because Power World ended up doing Power World actually did a platypus.
And I don't understand. How's that dumb?
Well, no, it's not dumb. I'm just saying, like, they probably looked at fan arts.
Power World did it first. Wait, if Power World did a platypus, have Pokemon actually done a platypus of any sort?
No, not really. The closest thing to a platypus they got is Psyduck, and he's a standing up duck who looks like a platypus.
He's just meant to be a duck. He's just 100% a duck. He's just a duck. They just gave him a platypus bill.
Yes.
Yeah. So then that means Power World didn't copy Nintendo entirely.
Not entirely, no.
What's going on with that? I keep hearing that they're losing, that they have to change a bunch of stuff in their game to satisfy Nintendo, yeah.
I don't know.
Haven't you heard any news or anything lately?
No, I usually tend to keep away from all that stuff because it's all over social media, like, but I don't go on social media much anymore.
That's fair. Well, you may have heard. Have you guys heard of this Stop Killing Games thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get that a little bit.
It's becoming a meme, quote unquote. What is it? Someone had a YouTube title saying
it is a meme.
Someone had a YouTube video titled "Stop Killing Games is becoming a meme now." And
it kind of is.
It's basically because this one guy called Pirated Software is a YouTube channel, and he keeps misguiding or misleading his audience about what that's all about.
That's what they're saying, but I'm sitting there going, he's saying that it's just not a good idea, basically.
Well, it's because he's American. He's not EU.
Oh yeah, true. Well, why does it even? It shouldn't even.
I
be
don't know.
commenting.
Americans are stupid.
Shouldn't even.
The
matter.
main gripe with the whole stop killing games thing was that there's been a handful of live service games that people
have
have bought and
closed
paid
down.
for that have just fully shut down and make them unplayable.
Yeah.
And
So you
they're
buy a
basically
game
saying,
and 10 years
yeah.
later you can't play it anymore.
And their reasoning was, well, they should let us host our own servers, if we want to, because there's plenty of games where you can host your own server, but just
That's the thing that
not
confuses
in
me.
with those
Just-
ones that shut down.
Just give them the whatever they need to create their own servers and do that.
Well, no, that's the reason why these companies don't want to do that, because it's going to cost them extra money.
Why would it cost them extra money?
Well, not extra money. It's them. It's a way of them saving money.
I'm very confused. How do they save money? The people have already
Because
bought
they have the
games.
network frame. They have the framework for all the servers and everything involved.
They don't set up the servers anymore. They do peer to peer then.
Depending on the game, though, I guess. Maybe I don't know.
Well, exactly. Like you close
Well,
the server,
Nintendo-
and someone else can open up their own server.
Majority of Nintendo is all peer to peer. There's never really any servers unless it's a third party game, which is
Well, there you go. In that case, well, that's good then. That means if you get a Nintendo game and you want to play online, as long as there's someone else playing online, you can play with them, right? Because your Switch will connect to their Switch.
yeah,
or
local
something.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's like
So
with
there's
the
no
DSs.
big,
It's
so
like
there's
that.
no big server everyone log into, so to speak.
No, not really. No.
Well, there you go. Well, why can't other games set that up, or at least give people the access to the codes for the games that they're not even going to release anymore?
I don't know.
It
A lot
seems
of the
fair
games
to me.
with
And it's
peer-to-peer servers are often just better than the official ones anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
And also, like, they talk about how it's dangerous and people could get hacked or something. I think I heard something.
I don't think that. I think that's more of a scare campaign. But
Well,
like,
I'm sitting there going, if you want to keep playing a game you love, and the company has said we have closed servers from now on, and you get hacked because you've gone onto someone else's private server or something to play this game, so it's not actually the company's server, well then it shouldn't be their fault. They've closed their servers and they've told you either stop playing the game or take your own risk.
yeah, but like gaming companies shouldn't have that power to make you stop playing a product that you outrightly own. Like that's
what I'm
just kinda
saying.
like-
They shouldn't
Yeah.
stop you, but if you do go into a third party server, then you should be doing it on your own at your own risk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the thing that confuses me. The other thing is, what was the pirate guy saying? He was explaining like they were trying to stop people from.
He was
They were trying to force companies to keep servers open or something.
he was misinterpreting what the whole outlook of the campaign was, basically. And because Moist Critical did a video about this guy, Pirate Software, who was doing it, and then there was a guy also reacting to this Pirate Software guy.
And then there was the guy who made the whole EU campaign.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's actually reached. I'm not sure if it's reached its target, but it was actually getting pretty close.
There was
'Cause
two of them, wasn't
PewDiePie
there?
did a post about it on YouTube. He didn't do a video, but he just did a post about it.
Wow, this guy's a super white knight.
Yep, PewDiePie deserves all the credit in the world. Obviously, look at him.
Who's this?
I said PewDiePie.
I was referring to Pirate Software with that
Oh.
meme. That little meme.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about who's been like people have been sharing the post about it.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me for one moment. This dog is annoying me. I think it wants to go out.
I can hear it tapping back and forth.
Dude,
So
come on.
So I've been wondering because how do I explain this? These YouTubers, it's a bit frustrating seeing these people, especially video game YouTubers, right, getting involved with like political stuff. Like I understand this stop killing games things because this affects like people that play video games and generally, YouTubers who do Let's Plays, for example, play video games. That's the whole point. So I get why they get, but have you noticed like a lot of these YouTubers are getting all political with other things?
I mean, there's a few factors like choose what you're aiming for, but I think when it comes to like the forefront of gaming is that you want to keep playing the games that you own and outright and stuff like that. So I think there's been a massive concentration towards that, obviously. But when I think it's more of also personal views on things as well. Like right now, obviously, every gamer is like, well, not just for Australia or America, but specifically EU because that's where this campaign's targeting. There's obviously a massive push. It's people power as well. Like back when the day when PewDiePie was, very active and popular. He did a competition for 10 YouTubers to promote. He get a shout out, and one of those YouTubers was Jacksepticeye, and People Power worked where he got PewDiePie voted for Jack. Jack got a lot of audience from PewDiePie, boosted him up, and then he's got his own YouTube channel.
Is that how Jacksepticeye got big? Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So he was like the 10th selection. Like there was
because out of all the
10
people,
channels.
he's the guy who tends to like bitch and complain a lot.
Lately, yes, but he's been a bit more sensitive because of his health, his mental health.
His mental health. What is he? Is he not got enough money to sleep on? His
He lives in
money
Ireland.
bed. His
Well, no,
money
he lives
bed's
in
just
England.
very
It
small.
makes sense. Everyone in England is depressed.
It's cold.
Not right
I
now.
can see
over
the
there.
sun.
It's
Well,
heat
well-
wave of 24 degrees.
We met a guy who was originally from England and moved to Australia, and he goes, he was on a little bit of a vacation, but he had actually in Queensland, but he had actually moved to like Sydney and that, and he was living in Sydney. And he told me, he's like, oh man, yeah, I used to live in England, but your country it's just amazing. Like I'd get out of bed, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have my cup of tea, and that'd be my little thing for the day. But here it's like, it's just so warm.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been living here for 7 years and it's just the best.
Yeah. Converting a
also-
bunch of.
He was also an accountant, apparently. So
Oh,
he's an accountant who lives in Sydney, so he probably makes bank.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All right, I want to get onto this gripe that I've somehow developed.
Get on that gripe, Jackson.
You guys are on TikTok more than I am. I'm a little bit slowly getting away from Instagram. But Troy, we've talked about this
Full
before.
frontal off the deceased. Head tap off the deceased. Stick the landing.
Yes.
You might understand the meme. It's a guy who does GTA role playing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I'm assuming when you guys are doom scrolling TikTok or whatever you're doom scrolling,
I don't doom scroll TikTok.
oh, sorry. So every now and then when you go through scrolling, anyway, you come across
How dare you.
there'll be another
dare you
show,
apply
podcast
that.
show like ours, but not as good, where they'll just make a clip of them talking absolute garbage.
All the time.
And you're like, how's that a show? And then, I mean, we're not perfect either, but it's like,
I brought
okay,
this
whatever.
up the other day. I remember. I brought this up actually, it might have been ages ago, but continue.
But yeah, and then there's other contents where it's like, oh yeah, AI generation's coming in now. A lot of people doing AI videos and stuff. And then there's also what else is on my feed? Metal music, a lot of guitar playing. Oh, I've got a point about that too later. But there's a lot of content creators, and I don't know if it's on TikTok as well, but they film content in their cars.
Yes.
Why? Why are we filming content in cars? Why?
Feels more personal. I don't know, because they're lazy. Because they want to get some fast food, so they're like, while I'm driving to get my Maccas, I might as well record myself talking
Might as
into
well
the
give
camera.
my undivided attention to my phone screen instead of the road.
Yeah,
That is the thing, though, Kyle. That's exactly what's happening. Like, there's this one guy, Jim Bimbap, I think his account name, but he's a uni lecturer. He's a lecturer at a university or college or somewhere in America, and he's a musician. So he's really good with his music, and so he has this thing where he'll answer a question that he gets sent each day while driving in the car. And I'm like, that's not great. Why are you doing this? Because I'm just waiting for the day where that ends up on a dash cam video where Instagram user crashes into a car, and it's just like, yep, not
You should
surprising.
DM him and voice your opinion.
Yeah,
that's right. Sorry, I was just doing a
Yeah,
little
right.
something.
you're just checking if you can find any content with like people filming in their cars. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
here's what I mean. Like, so what you were saying about the whole TikTok thing and podcasts like ours, and they're bad essentially, or just as bad. Not as bad as us. We're probably worse. But it's like this one little clip, and it's meant to be a funny clip, and it's the guy looking at his phone. He's like, Jason, like he goes, Jason writes in. Hold on.
Oh,
Sorry, it keeps coming up with. Where did it go? It was just there. Oh, that's so annoying.
whoop,
I'm
Kyle's-
testing out the Google AI.
Oh, okay. I think Kyle's about to disconnect, but we'll find out shortly. editing now, I guess.
Yeah, he's frozen, is he?
He's thinking really hard with his chin.
Jackson, but it's a guy who goes, Jason write in, why did the radio and the podcast break up? Because they weren't on different wavelengths. And they're all, and it's like the fucking, you didn't even come up with the joke yourself, mate. You got someone else wrote it in. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, yep.
Someone else wrote it in, or worse, it was generated by an AI and you're just reading from your phone. Make some actual original content.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Because I listen to this soccer podcast, and they're like, because I mean, it's hard to create content about soccer at the moment because it's off season. But they spent like 3/4 of the episode talking about their dating life, how they poop, what they eat, what they think of AI, and there was another stupid thing that they talked about. And I'm like, dude, just talk about the sport. I don't care how your dating life is.
Well, but at least they're talking about something that's going on with them versus like just reading off jokes from a fucking...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they're talking about poop again. So
well, yeah, that's another. Well, that'll get you laughs. That'll be interesting.
yeah, but
Speaking of poo,
I'll do a poo.
his internet did a poo.
uh,
But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. It's just people filming content in the cars. I mean, I guess to a degree, movies movies are filmed in cars as well. So
that's true. A lot of those people, what are they called? ASMR. No, they're not ASMR. The people that eat food for content.
Food vloggers.
Food vloggers. A lot of them do it in their car. They're sitting in their car going,
Yeah.
and
But yeah. Because you kind of restricted what you can do in a car as well. That's the other thing.
well, that's the other thing. I'm sitting there going, like, have you ever eaten food in a car, Jackson?
Yes, Troy. We've talked about this.
Trick question. Yes, you have. And
yes,
so
I
have I.
have.
And
Yes,
we've spoken about how, but it's actually kind of difficult in a way. Like,
Yes.
you don't eat food in a car because it's comfortable, right? You eat it because you're driving to wherever you need to go, or you're going to the next place, and you're like, I'm not going to stop for 10 minutes and eat this, or 20 minutes, or however long you take to eat your food. I'll just eat it while I'm driving, or I'll just quickly, especially if it's a small snack or something, you'll quickly eat it. But you're not comfortable when you're eating it. You're not sitting there going, yeah, I love eating in my car.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'd rather sit down at a table and actually eat and watch something on TV, for example, which is how I eat most of the time.
They should have you know how when you're on a plane, they should have those fold-out trays. Just give me one of them in my car. It'll be great.
I mean, you could do that with the back seat. I'm surprised they haven't designed the cars to actually have that sort of thing, a little food tray. It would
They
help
go
with
as far as
kids.
they go in as far as putting cup holders, but where's the fold-out tray?
I bet you there's an invention out there where there's, because you know the back seats have the little pockets, if they still do in
Yes.
modern cars. I don't.
Yeah, they were there for a period, but I think they might got rid of them just because of the spacing. But
Yeah, I haven't checked Courtney's car or the rental that she's currently using, but because I could drive a van, I don't actually know.
yeah,
But yeah, the old cars had the little storage for your Melways or your Southways or your maps and all that,
yeah,
and other things. I bet you there's like a little plate, little tray, as you said, but it slides in. You fold it up,
yes.
so it's folds
Yeah,
up, and then
that'd
you
be
can
good.
put food or something on it.
I mean, because the whole idea is you're not really meant to be distracted while driving. But then again, we've got phone holders so you can hang off your windows or whatever. So it's kind of like, well, you might as well.
Well, first of all, this is the black back seat.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. Sorry, yeah.
So, second of all, it's the with the phone holder things. I don't think that's actually legal here anymore. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I think what it is now that I'm thinking about it, it's having loose items on your person when you're driving. I think that's what it is.
I think it's a bit. There's another ridiculous thing. You can just plug your phone. A lot of modern day cars have the have the friggin' Android screens in their built into the car.
Yeah.
Like I can use Android Auto. Lets me do a bunch of stuff. I spend more time tapping that than I would adjusting a radio if I want to do something. Like if I'm watching if I'm listening to a podcast and I want to change to a song, I'm not just flicking between stations or anything. I'm not just going. I'm not just putting my hand there while still looking at the road. No, I'm visually looking
Yeah.
through my Spotify, going, oh, where's the podcast I wanted to listen to, or where's this band that I wanted to play while I'm driving.
Yeah. It's a bit. I mean, it's gonna come to a point where you can just use your mind to like tell your phone what you want to do.
Well, that's the worst part is, right? I never really used to do it that much. I used to be able to just use like the assistant, the Google Assistant, the Samsung Assistant, whichever one it is. It's Google for me. It might be Android. I mean, it might be Apple for you or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But the Google
Siri,
one's
yeah.
gotten Siri. But the Google one's gotten worse.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened, but they've slowly updated it, and somehow it's gotten so much worse.
That doesn't surprise me, actually. I hear the Chaser Blokes, when they were talking about their AI stuff a lot, they were saying how Google's gotten dumber. And to a degree, Siri has as well, they were saying. Like, I don't know if you've seen these, but, is it Vans? Vans got these glasses, these smart glasses.
Yeah, I know about the smart glasses.
And
With
the
the
only
Google
real
AI or
purpose for the glasses is to
Take
look at
photos.
No, well, kind of, I guess so.
Or record.
But the only
what you're
real
seeing.
use they have is when you go to an art museum or something like that. When you're looking at the painting, what happens is this is what I heard. I'm pretty sure is that when the camera scans the painting, it then tells you roughly what it is. But then to know the rest, you have to look at your phone.
Oh, what the heck? Okay, what's the point then?
Yeah, exactly.
Give you the whole description of the painting.
But the problem is too, when you're in an art painting museum thing, the description's usually right there on the plaque.
You can just read it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you gotta be that really smart guy who like walks into the room and you like walk up to the painting and you adjust your glasses. You're like,
Adjust your
yes, this is and then it goes through, yes, a Van Gogh, and it continues with this is one of his later paintings. He was done in his early whatever age when he was living in this place or whatever. When he was living in the village of Attenborough and
Yes, the famous village.
I mean, I'm trying to think, is Van Gogh? Where's Van Gogh? Is he French or
Yeah, I
something?
believe he is. Or
Okay,
Dutch.
well,
He might be Dutch, actually.
Dutch, yeah. I don't.
Usually
Yeah, I
Van,
know it's,
usually
I know
Dutch.
it's not a British name, but I know it's European.
I mean, he might have gone to Scotland at one point in his life. I'm just...
Yes, he painted this when he was 45 in the village of Exenberg.
Is there a place called Exenberg? I'm going to Google that after we
There
listen to this
probably is. I hope there is.
So yeah, I don't
Right
know.
after he cut off his ear. and while you're hearing this, you're saying it to a bunch of people like a museum curator, so you just look smarter.
What was I say?
I'll give you a perfect example. I used to be able to say before my phone updated, and this is more recent. Like this is after not the recent update, but the one before that, which was like a couple of weeks ago. I used to say to my phone, I'd click the little call assist button on my steering wheel, so I didn't have to do anything, and I'd say call mum, and it would say calling mum, good to go, and then I'd say now I say call mum, and it just goes did it, and I go call mum, did it, nothing. Meanwhile, my phone is getting both my phones, because they're both connected to my Google account. They're getting messages from the Google Assistant saying, "Oh, would you like to add a contact? Or would you like to add add a relationship?" Because obviously I've said call mum, and it knows what a mother is.
Yes.
But it doesn't know what contact is associated with mother.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yes, that doesn't.
But the contact is literally MUM, so it's mum. So it should just go, all right, what are this? Yep. And,
See,
I've tried.
Sorry,
I've
go.
tried going. I'll just finish up. I've tried going call MUM, and it goes.
Let me spell it out for you.
And I've gone call the contact known as mum. I've gone call the contact known as MUM, or spelt MUM, and it goes, this business isn't registered on your phone, or something. This business isn't.
Your mum's a corporation?
Yes, apparently it thinks I'm trying to call the business known as MUM.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I think smartphones, and specifically the AI on the phones, are getting dumber.
But it was working fine before.
The Chaser Blokes were talking about, like, with your earbuds, your AirPods or whatever. So it could read you when your phone's locked. You can receive a text message, and the thing will read it out for you. And it says, "Do you want to reply?" And you go, "Yes." And then it's like, "Oh, to do that, you have to unlock your phone." What?
Well, you know what it does for me, right? It says, "Would you like to reply?" And I go, "Yes." And then it comes up with again, "Would you like to reply?" Yes.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
And then it just does, and then it just cuts.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when it's like you use voice control to ask about news or certain. So like when I'm driving in CarPlay, I ask, "Hey Siri, what was the latest news in such and such?" and it says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot show you while you're driving in the car." It's like, you can just read it out, can't you? No,
The one
cannot
I
show you
run
while
in-
driving in the car.
the one I run into is I go send this person a message that says, you know, be there in 30 minutes, and then it'll come up with what message would you like to send this person? And I'm
Yeah,
like, I
that's
just
great.
told you, and you used to be able to understand. Send message to this person. Message should say this.
Yeah. The the other thing I was going to say was I have my parents as their name, so then I don't have to say ring mum or ring dad. I just say the name. So
I shouldn't have to do that, but here's the
I
other thing.
I agree, but yeah,
Here's the other thing. I said to it one time, call, like, I'm trying to think of her last name, but call Jackson. Well, I guess is your last name's all over the internet, isn't it? You say
Yep.
it, don't you? Okay, so I say call Jackson Phillips, and it goes, this contact doesn't exist,
oh, great.
or can't, or just doesn't do it, right? And then I go call Jackson, and then it goes calling Jackson, and I'm like, wait, so it won't go. It used to go. Did you mean Jackson Phillips, or is this the contact?
Oh,
But now, he's back. But now it's like I have to
Yeah,
say very
I don't know
specifically the
what
name.
happened then.
I can't say the last name
No
or
stress.
anything. I said to the phone, call Wacko Jacko, and it just goes, oh, this contact doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, call Jackson. Calling Jackson. And I'm like, okay, so what? You couldn't pick up who Wacko Jacko was if the only other Jackson in my contacts was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We're talking about how smartphones and the assistants on the phones are getting dumber.
Have gotten worse somehow. Also,
Have you had any experiences, Kyle, with smartphones, smart AI stuff, nonsense?
no. My smartphones have generally worked quite well, apart from when I've been dropping them on the concrete.
Oh, well,
he
that's what
doesn't-
they're meant to do.
he's not using the
This is-
Google Assist when
This
he's
is
driving
the
the forklift.
sixth phone I've had in the last probably 8 months. So
Good job.
Get yourself a cover like this, where it folds out.
mm,
Because the actual heavy duty ones are really crappy. All you need is a soft cover that has like a flip open effect.
Do you have a
yeah.
Samsung or an Apple, though, Kyle?
Because
I got a Samsung at the moment.
I drop my phones all the time. They're always dropping in screed on concrete floors, etc. And unless you're dropping it from a really high place, they shouldn't be breaking that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time it's like been from like, I'm wearing shorts that have shallow pockets and I've been running around outside, running around with one of the dogs and it would just go whew.
That's what I mean. If you get yourself not a heavy duty cover, but just a cover where it's got the little flip thing. Because my main problem with the phones is even when I had like a heavy duty cover, the moment the screen hits the concrete, it didn't matter. And even when I bought like the dust-proof ones that had its own glass case separate, right? That glass just broke first,
Oh,
and then I lost the whole case.
okay.
Like there was no point in keeping the case.
No, that's right.
But yeah, he wouldn't be using the Google Assist when he's on his forklift.
Yeah, he's not meant to.
How am I meant to Google? How do I drive the forklift?
Hey Google, can you go pick up that pallet for me?
Picking up pallet now.
Where's my-
You just want. I'm
Oh,
surprised
okay.
actually they haven't created AI or automated forklifts yet.
I'm pretty sure there is in
They
like a lot of
have.
the big Amazon warehouses. They use them.
Okay, yeah, good.
Okay, if I disappear again for some reason, I had to do a full network reset, and my
Lovely.
computer's now telling me it's going to restart in 2 minutes.
So quickly, any final words? Any final words, Kyle?
I guess I'll just go poo myself.
Hold on, I have something for this.
I'll do a poo. Get out of bed.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh no.
That poo happened quicker than he thought. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, goodness
well,
me.
Would you
That-
like
what-
nuclear cover?
What amazing final words.
Yes.
We have a special guest, number 5.
Oh, he likes seeing himself in the. Look at there. Look, there's you.
Yeah,
There's you.
there's you looking at me, looking at
Look at
you.
your mohawk. No, don't chew on. Don't chew on that. Don't chew on that. You want to say
All right.
something?
Well, unless there was anything else you wanted to bring up.
Nah, I'm pretty much set.
Yep, that sounds good. I do have a thing for the next episode, so
So
yeah,
probably shouldn't have done this podcast.
because of him. Oh, because you're very sick. Apologies. Yes. No. Sorry for your loss.
Oh my goodness, probably shouldn't be holding him, but
Well, he never gets sick, Troy. He never gets sick. Remember?
he's been all right actually.
He doesn't get sick.
Me. Look, he's looking a little sick at the moment.
He's looking sick. How does one look sick? Does he have a snotty nose?
Yes. Well, your kid was very snotty nose.
Yeah. Well, that's right. That's what sick really is. Well, I guess you could say technically, not really sick.
I'm so glad I found that. I'm not sure if that was on a short or not, but I was like, I'm going to take this because of the way he sounds.
What episode was that from?
I have no idea. I think I grabbed it from a short. I don't know what I don't know what it was about.
It might have been a recent one then.
Oh, that's right. It was about you and your heart palpitations.
Oh yes,
I was
Panic and Skywalker.
Yeah, I was trying to get the Panic and Skywalker, but there was no clean version of it,
Yeah, gotcha.
so I couldn't really get it.
That's fair.
Oh well, we'll end the episode with the
Yes.
with the. Okay, welcome everybody to the Average Bro Podcast.
Yes. We've already had 3 episodes.
And I am back again. Oh,
Should we not end it then, or keep going?
No, we'll keep going for a little bit longer. That's okay.
yeah, and shouldn't crap its jokes anymore. I hope.
No,
Um,
we were about to totally come until you stopped, and then you came back.
I always come.
Back. Yeah. So yeah, we weren't really. What? Oh, that was actually just Troy. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you guys keep.
Yeah. Was there anything else you want to touch on tonight before we kind of collapse this into the ocean?
Well, don't think there is, to be honest.
It's all been laid out already. What's been said has been said. Your Honor.
Just don't know why my computer's decided to not want to connect to internet.
Are you using
Let's
hard
go.
link or Wi-Fi adapter?
I'm using
I feel like we did most
Wi-Fi.
of the Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, that'll do.
but
Not just
the annoying thing is if you want to plug in Ethernet to Starlink, you have to go fork out a couple $100 on a special adapter for the
Oh,
modem,
just
and then-
fit into
yeah.
any normal
So you operating on Wi-Fi? Are you?
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
My
There's a little Wi-Fi.
although my router is literally just out that door, you can't see that in the background of my door frame. There's a big speaker.
Shouldn't
Oh.
your router be on the roof?
There's,
Isn't that how
there's
Starlink
dishes on
works?
the roof.
It's like a
the
special.
satellite dishes on the roof.
Yeah, it's like a
Dishes.
tiny little square thing, right?
Kind
Yeah.
of.
My dish is on the roof, and then it runs to the router, which is inside. But you can't see it because it blends in with the wall. But there's a square Starlink.
So, hold on. Starlink.
right there.
Here's our topic, I guess we just found. Isn't Starlink owned by old mate Muskie? Or
Elon
wasn't
Musk.
he founded by Muskie?
Yeah, he owns Starlink.
Okay. Because is it just literally just communications that it's all they do, like Wi-Fi modems and stuff like that? Is that all it is? Well, actually, it is
Yeah.
Starlink.
So it's just high-speed satellite internet,
Okay.
which
Right.
out where I am, like my connection speed's something like 340 megabytes a second.
Jeez.
Like it's insanely good. But
yeah.
yeah,
It's just a satellite issue.
it's not great when rats eat through your connection cable, and it's also not great when your PC decides to have a stroke. Apparently,
Yeah, well, when you get one of those things together, it all equals quite devastating. We were just discussing Starlink, Troy, and what it's all about, really.
I thought about getting Starlink to save myself some money, but I hear it's not very good for video games.
oh, I've never had problem.
Point proven.
He's never had problems. Oh no, he's back. He's just back.
So what were you saying?
Carl, you cut.
I've had no problems with it on games. I don't know what this is. I've never had this issue before. What the heck is going on?
It cut out perfectly with the. Oh, I've never had a.
I have a theory. I have a small theory. It's probably not likely what is going on. But is your mate using the microwave?
Yes.
I'd be able to hear it because the kitchen's just out there.
Oh, okay. There's. Oh, he's back.
Proceeds. Is he? I can't see him. He's not back for me.
Come in, Kyle. We can see you. We have visual on
I
Kyle.
can't see him.
I can see him. Oh, there we go.
I
So the
swear
famous
this
thing
never
with
happens to
Wi-Fi
me.
is that Wi-Fi and microwaves don't get on with each other.
Oh, okay.
But that's
they're
just
different-
one thing.
Different waves, I guess. Yeah, bumping into each other.
Yes, or something like that. Yeah. Anyway.
I swear this never happens to me. Of all,
No problem.
I've never had this problem before.
Hey!
I love your consistency.
hear that?
You're persistent. You're persistent.
Did you hear
I
what
think
said,
it's
Kyle?
actually my PC. It's
Yeah,
probably
right.
overdue for a clean.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because
mine
no one
was
else in the house
really
is losing
nasty.
internet. Like my phone's still connected. I'm looking on the Starlink app, and every other device that's connected is still connected. It's just my
Hunky-dory.
computer's decided to be a wanker.
Randomly disconnect.
It's just Google Chrome. Or maybe my computer doesn't like the fact that my network is named Chinese Spy.
Oh, that's totally not what it is. Because they'd always suspect a Chinese spy.
Wait a minute.
This isn't a Chinese spy. Anyway. All right, Troy. I don't think we have anything else to add. So, but before you do press the button, check out the Instagram, check out the YouTube channel for the live recordings, and then plug your bathrooms.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Average Boat Podcast.
Yeah. We already had the tree episode though, Troy.
If it ain't fixed, don't break it.
Well, can I get through
What
the
do you think
outro
you're
without
doing,
disconnecting?
Kyle?
Door 2. Get out of bed.
Don't worry, mate. In the sea, there are fish. Yeah, I know that, man.
Well, I guess you could say technically.
Would you like nuclear cover for when you, your family, your next of kin, your cousins, everyone you know, everyone that is dead, for when they're all dead, don't worry, your money will go back to us.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, I'm done.